All right. Hey, guys.
Hello.
I guess we have a minute before 9. So we have Michael and Armin and Utsaf. Can you say your name, please? I didn't hear that. Utsaf. Okay, thanks. I just wanted to make sure I was saying it correctly. Looks like Sage is here.
Hello.
Hello. Morning.
Utsaf, what time of day is it where you are? Morning?
10:30 p.m. here.
And then, oh, night. Okay. Good evening. We'll wait a couple minutes until some of our other guests arrive, the people that are supposed to be telling their stories. And sorry, I'm distracted by all the who's-its and what's-its and doodads on my screen right now. So in the meantime, I'll ask you, Sage, where in the world are you hailing from today?
Cartersville, Oklahoma.
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 So how often do people start singing that song? Oh,
Not very often. It's a cliched song. Anytime it's sung, people desperately say, stop.
That's fair. It's a good musical, though.
Yeah, it is. I actually participated in Oklahoma musical when I was in high school. I did musical theater for 2 years.
And you were in Oklahoma?
Yeah. I didn't have a major role. I had a side role, but it was nonetheless fun.
I did musical theater in high school, too. It was very fun. I miss it sometimes. Sometimes I think about just trying to get into a chorus in, like, a community theater or something.
Yeah.
I don't have time for, anything big, but like it'd be fun to be in a chorus again.
For sure.
Dean. Hey, Dean.
Hello.
Morning.
Mohammed is... Oh, okay. He's looking for the link. 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves.
Oklahoma is one of my favorite words to pronounce.
Oklahoma.
Why is that?
Don't laugh. It's one of those things I've done since I was a kid. I went to a French school when I was young, and in French, my favorite word is grenouille. Just it's fun to say. Frog in French.
Yeah. That's fun.
So, and Oklahoma, I don't know why it was. I heard that song that you were talking about earlier, and I remember as a kid thinking it was just a fun word. It bounced around nicely. So there you go.
Oklahoma. I think it's all the O's. Oklahoma.
It's the K out, Okla. I don't know why. That just sort of rolls off the tongue. Oklahoma.
Like
Bonjour, I'm from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
We've got lots of people popping in here. Welcome, everybody. All right, I'm going to try this. Shoaib. Shoaib.
Yeah, this is
Say it.
Shoaib here.
Shoaib. Okay, good.
Just call me Shabby, okay? You'll have a hard time pronouncing
I
my
would
name.
get it. I'm a big fan of linguistics and dialects and languages and stuff, so I have no problem pronouncing somebody's name wrong 50,000 times until I get it right, if they don't mind.
Wow. That's
Well, my name's Nikita, so, I've gotten my fair share as well. And, okay, I think I welcomed everybody else. Kimbu, welcome. I think she's just watching. Okay, just one real quick thing to note. You can mute your mic if things get noisy or you need to talk to somebody in the room or whatever. And if you're getting noisy and you don't mute your mic, we might. Or maybe if you're just getting obnoxious. Or I just don't want to hear what you have to say. Okay. No, we wouldn't do that. We wouldn't do that. Somebody's talking, but it sounds like you're in an echo chamber.
That's not me.
See, here we go. We're going to have to start muting people.
Okay, so
Try using your headphones.
So, can you guys hear me normally? I mean, I'm still checking my mic. I don't know.
Yes, you're good.
That's good. So first of all, hello everybody. It's my first time, like, with all of you people, and I'm privileged and glad to meet the people like me. And I'm sorry, like, for that. I wouldn't be able to like hang out with you for a lot of time because I have 3 exams in the morning, and I was preparing for that. But anyway, I just thought about jumping in to say hello. So my name is Shoaib, as Makisha gave it a very good try to pronounce it. And I'm from Lahore, Pakistan, if you guys know about it. It's like a Middle Asian country, very famous for its Islamic practices. And I'm like 22. I'm in the final year of my software engineering. I'm an undergrad student, and I'm sorry I wasn't prepared for this. Like, what else should I talk about? But
Okay. we can go back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the first thing I would like to start with is like my whole journey to the atheism. Like, how did I end up being an atheist while I'm the son of like very religious person? I mean, like my parents, you know, there are like levels of people, like the normal people and like the very extremist and very conservative Muslims. And so I belong to one of that family. And how many of you guys have any information about like the Islam from like? Yes, I can see that dude right there. And you know, excuse me for a sec.
That's actually a good question to maybe find out just with a show of hands or a thumbs up. How many of you have most of your religious experience or exposure growing up or presently is within Christianity? That would be me. Okay, and then how about Hinduism? Yeah, and Islam. Did anybody grow up? Did anybody actually grow up atheist, or secular, or non-religious, or just sort of nominally religious?
I grew up.
I did. Kimbu.
Kimbu grew up atheist.
Yeah, my parents were agnostic. They came from strict Christian religious backgrounds in the South, but they raised me agnostic.
Okay. And who else? Somebody else said they were raised mostly non-religious, or at least that's most of your experience. Sage.
I did, yes. Yeah.
And Michael as well?
Yeah, to some extent, yeah.
That's becoming more and more common to see. That seems like most people grew up with some sort of religious upbringing or at least influence. Shoaib, go ahead, continue, please.
Okay, so, well, talking about the religion, I'm like, please. Talking about the religion, I'm like, Hafiz Quran and an Islamic scholar, like it takes 7 years to study the whole, the like all the knowledge of a religion, our religion, it used to be, and it's a sad thing. Like even like talking about that right now, it was a very sad experience. I was totally brainwashed, and I was raised to be a very extremist, a very extremist Muslim, and all my fundamentals, all my perspectives, my visions, they were like the only thing I knew about was I'm here to practice my religion. I'm here to enforce my religion, and well, there were lots of things happened in the past uh, that would like drove me towards more and more rationality to the logics, because I don't know about the other religions a lot, but talking about mine, uh, logic and religion, they're like two contradictive things. You can never um, talk about logic whenever it comes to any religion, because it's the Armin. I mean, he knows about the very fundamentals of Islam, and there were like lots of things. I mean, even you, whenever you heard them, and you come up with a question like, really, what is that? I mean, does that even make any sense to you? And same goes for lots of religion. I mean, the very fundamentals of every religion is the same, I guess. So anyway, well, I kept on going. From first I became the Islamic scholar. It took me like 9 years to complete my education, and at that time I was a very extreme Muslim, to be honest. But then I started my high school, and since the very beginning I started studying science. From there I heard about this it was a very new thing for me. It was like 4 years ago when I first time ever I heard about atheism, like, yeah, 4 or 5 years ago. And back at that time, like in Islam, the atheist people, atheist agnostic, or the people who commit apostasy, they are subject to be killed. It's like uh, the Islamic fundamental, let's say, like you just can't give up on your religion. Once you're in, there's no way out. So it took me 2 years, lots of research. I started studying about Christianity later, but then I gave it up because I found it the same as my own religion. There were always like lots of chunks. There are two types of people in this world. One who they're born either Muslim, Christians. They're like the day they're born, they are like they are Christians, Muslims, or Hindus from the very first day, and they don't even ever bother to study about their religion. They're told that their religion is the perfect one, and rest of the world is wrong. Rest of the world is going to hell. From there, I I started thinking about on the contradictive methods from Islam. I didn't find it perfect. It is very imperfect, especially when you know about it. I mean, when you have studied it completely. If the Armin have knowledge about Islam, if he has studied few books of Islam or Quran, there are lots of contradictions, even in the very fundamentals. And Christianity and Islam, they both have come from the same God and same prophets. Hinduism is different thing, so I'm not gonna talk about that.
So Shoaib, can I interrupt you for a second? What did you? Was this like a journey that you just embarked on yourself? That you started just asking your own questions and things just stopped making sense? Or and how long ago? Follow-up question is, how long ago was this? How long have you considered yourself an atheist?
Well, it's like first of all, I started studying about it, like the science. I started studying few authors like the Neil deGrasse Tyson and people like that. And well, yeah, I mean, you know, it suddenly started making sense that I mean, why is there a concept of the life hereafter? I mean, why do we need an eternal life to live something, to experience something, like to be happy? I mean, I don't think so. Like, I would want a life in which there would be no pain, there would be no sadness, an unlimited supply of happiness, money, and all the luxury of life forever. Seriously, I can't stay. I can't even stay happy for like for a week. I get bored of it. So, well, yes. From there, and well, there were like few events happened in last 3 years. Like when I started talking with people around me that this is the way I've started to think. Few unfortunate things occurred, and especially from the mid of this summer, my parents somehow they got to know about my critical thinking, not particularly about my atheism, but my criticism about religion and all that. And they're way too strict, they're way too extreme, like conservative. They didn't waste any time, outcasted me, and pulled all their support from me, and I was like totally shocked and traumatized that what the hell did this happen with me? I mean, I just can't even think rationally, I can't even think freely. I mean, what sort of I mean, what sort of like the thing is that the way of living is just like the people here, they are very unproductive. Sometimes they become so stubborn, so like lazy and lousy, because they are very sure about their heaven, the promise of heaven. They don't even bother to work like the way we are supposed to in this very world. And I don't find it like a normal way to live. So that's
So
why.
this is a relatively new transition for you to be rejected by your family, and you said this year.
Yeah, this year, like a few months back, well, and they were like, I've got threatened and all that. Like, you know, since I'm atheist now, so I'm subject to be killed, to be honest, like in Sharia. So it's funny, but I've got threats, and I can't even like ask for governmental, I mean, the security for anything like that, because the more you get exposed in any Muslim country, the more you are like in, the more dangerous the situation gets around you. And well, everybody has their own experience towards being an atheist, because it's not an easy thing, it's not an easy decision. I've seen so many people who are even still confused. They don't believe in God, they don't practice their religion, but they're so afraid of giving up their religion, because it's just like giving up the most basic fundamentals from your head, like your whole world has been based upon till now. So I think like we people, like we right now sitting here, we are the odd ones out from the common people. We we are brave enough to embrace the change, to deny the things, who are like all the lies we have been told throughout our whole life. So it's good to be the odd one out, at least for me, because you have to be the you have to take the right side, not the majority side. You have to be the right person, and I don't believe, like, no matter how hard, how big the price you're gonna pay for that, but I think it's the right thing to do, to be whatever you want to be. And most of us, like, I feel like I'm the youngest person sitting here, but all of you guys must have like a big, huge experience of your life. And in my in my past life, the only thing I've learned is, like, it's the only life we have got, and we got to make the best out of it. It's like,
I think that's awesome. I think it's amazing that what you have been through, and I don't even feel qualified to really respond, except to say I'm glad you're here and still with us, not just here in this room, but here on this planet, since the alternative is a very real possibility for you. So thank you, and I'm glad that you're with us in Atheist Republic, and thank you so much for sharing your story. It's amazing. It's still it's one of those things where it shouldn't be shocking to me anymore, but every time I hear stories like that, it still kind of blows my mind. I want to hear, we only have time for one more person, so I do want to hear from one more person. And we can totally switch gears, and we don't have to talk about anything necessarily serious. But Sage or Mohammed, did you guys have anything you wanted to share about yourselves today?
Yeah.
About games, pets playing games playing pets? Your journey to atheism, Oklahoma, whatever. Okay, go ahead.
Board games, and you should all be playing board games all the time. They're incredibly fun. I need more people to play with. I actually just spent the entirety of the other day hanging out with some new friends playing board games because I have a problem with each other. I can't.
What was your favorite thing? You said played today, you said?
Yesterday. I spent the entire day
yesterday
playing board games.
What was your favorite one that you played yesterday?
Dominion. Hands down, definitely Dominion.
Dominion.
We tried the prosperity and the intrigue expansions. They're just so much fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm a huge tabletop game fan myself. It's nice to unplug sometimes. I like console games too. Does anybody play console games or PC games?
I'm here. Gamer here. Gamer here. Gamer detected.
My 12-year-old daughter is currently getting into, oh, no, I can't remember. It's like a first-person shooter game, but it's hilarious.
Call of Duty. Must be Call of Duty. Must be Call of Duty.
No, it's not Call of Duty. Oh, God, what is it?
Destiny?
Is it Team Fortress?
I'm going to go get it. 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves.
Yes, this needs to be done. You need to discover what the FPS is, guys.
If there are like more people who play video games, like, we can be the best friends forever.
Okay, it's Mass Effect, actually.
Oh, whoa, Mass Effect. That's one of the best games I've ever played.
It's so funny because I'm sitting here working, and my 12-year-old daughter is over there playing Mass Effect, going, "Damn it! Damn it!"
That is how it works. So she's also hard at work.
Why can't I find that stupid guy? Damn it!
The funny thing is, that is one of the only few games when I ended it, I cried at the ending. I got so emotional, like, oh my god, you did all that, you did all the effort just to die.
I know, it is a fun game. I'm actually playing it right now too. So, I like those kind of games too. But there is something about getting a group of people together to play a board game that just is really fun. Sage,
Yes.
What were you going to say?
Oh, I was just going to give a brief introduction.
Do it. Go. You're on.
All right. Well, my name is Sage Malden, and I'm from Bartlesville, Oklahoma. I'm 24 years old. I am not an atheist. I'm a spiritual agnostic. Spiritual in the sense that I feel that our humanity connects us. Agnostic in the sense that I do not know. My agnosticism is, I would say, positioned on the scale closer towards atheism than theism. I just got accepted to Kansas State University.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I will be pursuing a MA in English Literature with an emphasis in cultural studies. My research will be predominantly focused on animism, psychopath, and human connectivity to nature. I enjoy reading. If you can tell, I have a fairly large collection of books behind me. I have roughly 1,100 books. I haven't read all of them, but I'm getting there. Let's see. My favorite authors are Martin Amis. Love Martin Amis. I have a man crush on him. Christopher Hitchens, of course. Thomas Wolfe. Rainer Maria Rilke, my favorite poet. Let's see. I enjoy socializing. I enjoy traveling. I often travel to Colorado and California. In California, I visit Orange County. I have family and friends in Orange County. I also visit Los Angeles a lot. In Colorado, I've been all over the state. My co-author, Kevin Snelson, and I just returned from Crestone, Colorado. Just a beautiful place. I'm speaking of writing, I'm working on a college philosophy textbook. Title is Philosophies of Life Comparative Worldviews. So it's just a look at all the famous thinkers, all the famous philosophers, how they viewed life, such as Sun Tzu, Lao Tzu, Zhuangzi. Let's see who else. Anaximander, Thales, Democritus, Protagoras, Pythagoras, Aristotle, Socrates, Plato, Alan Watts. I found Atheist Republic by way of the internet, and I'm glad. Thank you for allowing me to be part of the team. It's been an eye-opening experience, to say the least. So I'm glad to be here. Thank you all.
Awesome. Thanks, Sage.
Wait, Sage, quick question. What's that cat thing behind you?
The what?
The cat? It looks like a long-necked cat.
It's a giraffe.
Oh, is it really?
Talking about animals. Cats are bitches, okay?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they're not by definition.
Opposite Sage.
But anyway, that's a giraffe.
That's a very exotic giraffe you got there. You know, if you look closely, it looks fake.
Next time.
No, living, breathing.
I doubt that.
Never blinks.
Introduce myself. When I turn on my Skype cam, I'm going to do something like this.
Whoa.
Because that's not creepy at all. Very welcoming.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I have a monster on the desk, and I have Batman.
Whoa.
That's adorable.
He is quite cute. Alright, you guys. A lot of these. I'm sorry, we're getting some noises. A lot of these first Hangouts are going to be kind of experimental, so we're just going to kind of see what plays and what works and what doesn't. But I love hearing people's stories, and I love hearing singular stories that say something interesting about somebody's life that might initially seem sort of benign, like when somebody tells a story about the day they got their first pet or whatever. I think those kinds of stories tell a lot about people. So I like that, and I appreciate it. And it's not always easy for people to share their stories, so I value that a lot. So thanks, guys. I want us to give us a little bit of space before we sign off to also talk about any ideas or thoughts that people have about what we're doing in Atheist Republic. So I'm not really going to prompt you guys much on that. I mean, if you have something that is a concern or something you want to do different or something you want to talk about, this is sort of, now is the time for us to be able to go back and forth actually talking as opposed to just writing messages and waiting for people to respond. So I will just stop talking and whoever wants to. Yes, sure. You're muted. Sorry. One sec. There you go. Okay, now you can talk.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, first of all, I think we should do, the first thing we should do is like to get to know more and more about the people in Atheist Republic. Like, first of all, the nationality. I mean, find the people living around us. We should do that. And we should, if there are any, like even like the two people, we should find each other and we should like arrange a meetup, a real meetup, like the next step from this, the Google Hangout thing. I mean, I think that's the best thing to, you know, to make this like a more alive and more family thing, the Atheist Republic, more than just a Facebook page or just video chats and all that. I think we should like know the people.
Great idea.
And how can we do that? We should like encourage them to like daily, each person post about him, his country, his city, anything, like the very brief introductions, so we could like get to know if someone is living around us. That would be a very good thing to meet them in person.
That's a cool idea. Thank you. Any other thoughts? Any other feedback, ideas?
To build on what Shoaib said, this is similar to how we have our little blurbs on the main page as far as, you know, the team members are. Something that I wanted to do or I'm interested in is like interviewing a random member of the team at like just any point in time and just coming up with a small article or something and sharing it on the private page or on the public page, just so people can get to know the team members better, just random team members and such, if there's any thoughts on that.
That's a great idea. I guess it would depend on how comfortable people are with certain things being shared, but we could always do it a little bit more carefully if people needed to be protected or whatever. But
as far as that goes, do you want to find out if there's anybody that would volunteer or want to be the person to be interviewed? It wouldn't be like anything too intensive. It would just be questions and such that they'd answer, and then I'd like write up an article and then just share it with people, so just so people know, you know.
Yeah, totally. Well, does anybody here want to be the first person to be interviewed and profiled, featured?
Yeah, come in if it's not gonna be too long.
Yeah, no problem.
Actually, I'm sorry. I mean, you can take the whole day because right now it's my exam days for the next 3 days. After that, I'm totally free. Take my whole day out, take the interview, give me a treat, okay? And that would be a great thing.
I think Armin has something he wants to say. Armin, you had something?
Well, yeah, I mean, you already did one for me, and it was really good, and I actually used it in my book. Actually, I mentioned you in the book, and I mentioned that you wrote it. Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you know, I tell everybody about that like, nobody believes me.
Yeah. So if you're a writer, if you're writing a book, if you're going to write a book, first of all, Atheist Republic could help you with marketing your book. Also, Muhammad's interview of you could first of all be a blog post, and secondary, it could be used as a profile of you inside your book.
So there you go.
Thank you very much for that glowing endorsement, Armin. You can't tell, but I'm blushing.
You're just too brown, Mohammed. That's awesome.
I would just like to say that I would love to hear more about the different members. This is Kimbu. I'm sorry I don't have a video webcam right now, so I apologize for that. But yeah, I would love to hear more about the members and find out more about the individuals involved in the team.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Sorry.
Sorry, Armin, could you mute Shoaib? I think that's where that noise is coming from. Thank you, no worries. Yeah, no, I think that's a great idea, and it sounds like, Mohammed, you have your first victim. So, I will get the word out on the page and maybe just send out an email as well. If I do send out an email, Mohammed, can I CC you into that so that when people respond, they have your information? Great. I think that's a great idea, and I think it would be great if it was a regular thing. But at the very least, we can get started by just doing a here and there. And I think people always like little the bits about people that aren't even necessarily serious or related to atheism or whatever. So related to games, I do have a story of my own, of course. That I wanted to share so that you can have a little bit of information about me, since I'm actually talking the most here. I grew up in a Pentecostal evangelical family, and was actually christened Catholic, and then my parents converted, had a Jesus moment, whatever, and very sincere faith, very yeah, I mean, I didn't feel like I was just going with the flow. It was very sincere. I had a relationship with God as far as I knew it, and that's how I grew up, and I became a pastor. And but anyway, when I was a kid, we were one of the first people, strange, I don't know why, but we were one of the first families to get a Nintendo. And one of the games we got for our Nintendo was it makes me laugh just thinking about it. It was a game about the Battle of Jericho, and so it's these little like pixelated characters. It was like Joshua marching around smashing rocks, because it was supposed to sort of like follow the storyline of Joshua and the Battle of Jericho, and and so it was, and they had this whole line of like, I don't know, there was some other game that we had at the same time. I loved that game. I would actually totally play that game again. It was so fun. So that's my connection to games and religion. But I also like Duck Hunt, so
Who doesn't? Duck Hunt is classic.
And I'm actually a vegetarian and basically a pacifist, but I still love Duck Hunt. I'd say maybe today I would probably just do the clay shooting or whatever, but that was a fun game. We need some sort of game like that again. Any other Atheist Republic suggestions, questions? That was awesome. I think that's enough to keep us busy for quite a while, actually.
Yeah.
So thanks for that, Mohammed. That's really great. I think that's a great example of people taking the things that they like to do, the things that are really interesting to them, and just making it happen. I think, that's like, we don't assign jobs or sit around and try to figure out who should do what. Like, we really need people to just step up and say, this is what's interesting to me, this is what I want to see happen. And so that's a great example of that, so thank you.
I should just quickly say thank you, Makisha, for helping me yesterday getting Google Plus working.
Oh.
I'm one of these guys, everyone comes to me for technical problems, so when I get stumped, it hurts.
Oh man, I feel that.
The funny thing is, I myself is in final year of software engineering, and it's the first time I'm using the Google Plus, and it took me like 10 minutes to understand that, to get here.
It's not very intuitive. If you haven't used it before, it can be a tad bit daunting, but it's fine once you get used to it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the Drive, Google Drive is kind of a different way of thinking about files and file sharing, and I usually, a lot of times people ask me things, and I honestly just look up tutorials and watch them and then give them the answer.
Oh, that's how a lot of professionals do it. If you don't know something,
Makisha.
tutorial.
What's that, Mohammed? Yeah.
Oh, that's actually how a lot of professionals do things. Is if you don't know something, look up a tutorial.
Yeah.
Makisha, trust me, my last 3 years I've passed thanks to Google, thanks to Wikipedia, thanks to cut copy paste. That's all. Software engineer prepared.
That's great.
It's not just
Google
for
is your
like
friend.
software stuff. Like if you want to like know the proper way to peel a cantaloupe, or something that's huge, I just wiki how everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I think all of us in this day and age, which makes me sound very curmudgeon-y, but we're master researchers because we're expected to know so much because we have so much at our disposal. Like, you know, we usually would turn to each other and other professionals, but now we kind of just have to do it ourselves. And I think that's kind of cool, though. We're all just stumbling through it together, right? That's okay. Anything else? Interviews with people. I think that's great. And I love the geographical connection idea. I'll have to think about I'll have to think about how to facilitate that in a way that is safe or that makes people feel safe. I mean, Armin and I live like a 20-minute train ride from each other, and I think the last time we saw each other was like a year ago. So,
yeah. Where do you reside? Are you in Canadian land?
Canadian land, Canada.
Yeah, Vancouver.
Vancouver.
Okay, because then you're not that far from me. I'll have to come and visit, and then just like stay.
I think everybody should just come and stay. No,
yeah, I'm gonna come visit Armin then. He doesn't even have to agree to it. I'm coming.
That would be great. I would love having you. But regarding that, I was thinking of having an event section on our website, and basically when people go to the event section on our website, they could get connected to the people that are part of the Atheist Republic community, and also find people that are close to them. So that would be not just for the team members, but for all of the Atheist Republic community. And then because it's on our own website, we could somehow find a way to make it more secure. Maybe have a point system for people to have so only people can join if there's a level of trust. You know, once they gather some points based on how much discussions they have in the forums and stuff. That way, maybe we could limit any kind of danger or anything that people might be facing, especially in countries like Iran or Pakistan. So they feel like maybe they could feel atheists in their own community without thinking that it's a besiege actually pretending to be an atheist waiting for them. So we have to find out a way. Maybe we could talk to people on our team and get some feedback regarding how we would do that.
I mean, one of the first things we could do that would be quite easy and is just for people to let us know what they're doing. I mean, if we just say, you let us know if you have a meetup group or an atheist group that meets up regularly, or if you're getting an event together or whatever, let us know, and then we can put it out there and say, for people in this geographical area, this is going on. They can have their own filters for, I mean, people to have group meetups all the time, and so they can just we can sort of just be that portal where we let people know that that's happening, and that would be maybe one.
I also like what Armin said. Like, if it has the AR stamp on it, then it makes it easier for people to associate with like safety, and as far as being like, oh, okay, if AR is with it, then yeah, it can't be like they're not gonna like mug me and take my shoes and stuff. It's more authentic and genuine. So I think that would also help. Like you said, if we had people come to us with suggestions, and then if we could put the AR stamp on certain meetings or meetups.
Yeah. Yeah, that's been something that people have talked quite a lot about, so we need to...
Well, the way that actually just comes together, what both Makisha said and what both Mohammed said, is like if you have an event section on the website, and then people could actually add the links to the Facebook, event and to the Google event, to the Meetup event, and basically there will be rooms for the Facebook link, Google link, and Meetup.org link. And so basically, based on how much exposure you want to get, you could put those links to market your events in other locations, or you could not put those links so that it's only open to people that come to the Atheist Republic website if you're afraid of it getting too much exposure. So that's what I was thinking, you know, having on our website. But I mean, it's not very complicated. It's pretty simple feature. Basically, it would be a page. You open an event on our website, and if an event gets enough attention, and if you could submit a request, and then we would post the event on our page, and people could go from our Facebook page to our website, and then find the links to the event on Facebook or to Google or to anywhere else that they usually do their events management on.
Cool. We will get on that. And if anybody is particularly excited about that sort of thing, we all of these ideas, all ideas rely on all of you. So if anybody is really excited about getting, you know, that sort of stuff, there's obviously a couple components to that. There's the technical side, the website side, and there's the just screening, talking to people, looking at these events, seeing if they're legit, that kind of stuff. Or if you're really excited about that, let us know.
Yeah, actually, to that point, if there's anything anybody wants for our website or for our Facebook page, like, we're gonna try to find a way to do it. So like, don't, you know, just use the Facebook team group to, if you wanted. For example, Casper today asked if we could have an art section on our website. Like, yeah, we can have an art section on our website. So if you're passionate about something, and if you want us to, the only limitation is basically what Makisha said, if it's technically possible. But if it is technically possible, and if it is something any of our team members really wants Atheist Republic to do, we're gonna try to find a way to do it. So anything. So if you guys have suggestions, if you guys have ideas, events, any events ideas, anything that you could think of, and even if it is promoting your own ideas to our community, we have a huge community to advertise or promote your own artwork, your own, as long as it's atheism related or secularism related, we're gonna find a way to basically help out your, like, make your ideas work out somehow.
Makisha, you're muted. Makisha, your mic is muted.
Oh no! It's muted! Sorry, my husband and my dog came in the house, and I had to make it quiet. We're facilitators. We're not the people who are doing everything. We're just the people who are funneling all of your guys' stuff through. So Atheist Republic is everybody, and so what happens or doesn't happen starts and ends with all of you, and not just our team, but everybody in the community, the broader community of millions of people that we have, which blows my mind on a daily basis. So thank you, everybody. We don't want to make these go too long, so we're going to let the rest of you get on with your day or night or classes or tests or whatever you have going on. Thanks to our team for coming here today, and thanks to all of you, anybody who might be listening in, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Guys.
Okay, guys, bye. Hey, Mohammed, you did. Oh, he just left.